2.40 earned run average in 82 innings. Good strikeout to walk ratio at 3-1, 60-20. 10 home runs given up, and of course he pitches extremely well right here at the Trop, where he's 4-1 with that 2.72 earned run average.
So Shields set to go to work here against the Angels. He is 4-2 lifetime against this team. 37-28 overall in the major leagues. And he loves to pitch at home, as his 4-1 record at home this year again reflects. 5-4 overall. And the first pitch of the game is a strike call. Fastball into Figgins. It's a perfect 72 degrees inside Tropicana Field. Figgins has been hot. He's hit safely in 22 of his last 24 games. And boy, has he done a number on the road. He's hitting .375 on the road and a little over .220 at home for the Angels. 2-1.
Well, he's also hitting better from the left side of the plate. .325 left-handed, .270 right-handed. He's got the count in his favor right now. Of course, James Shields has that equalizer when he's behind the count with that changeup.
There's a chopper to first, and it skips by Pena. Carlos backed up on it, tried to play it that way, and it accelerated and skipped right by him.
Yeah, I think that's one of those you got to charge right there. You let the hop play him. Once it got some top spin, and he backs up a step and a half, skipped right by him. Well, speaking about defense, let's take a look defensively for the Rays tonight. Carl Crawford in left, B.J. Upton in center, Gabe Gross in right field tonight, Evan Longoria and Reed Bridmack on the left side of the infield, Ben Zobrist, Carlos Pena to the saw on the right side, and Diano Navarro behind the plate for James Shields.
Pena charged with an error, his 6th of the year on that ball that skipped past him. Here's Bobby Abreu. Figgins has 21 steals. He's 3rd in the league in that department.
It's a real ideal number 2 hitter for Mike Scioscia's ball club in Bobby Abreu. Left-hand hitter number 1, works the count number 2, still has power.
The pitch is a strike.
And we'll get more fastballs the more Figgins gets on first base. Couple of home runs is all he's got this year, but he is hitting .293 and the on-base percentage at .396.
Mike Scioscia, the skipper of the Angels. It's too high. 1-1. Scioscia's done such a great job with the Angels. His contract's been extended through 2018.
I told him that's inexcusable, Mike, for a manager. You can't have that kind of security. You'll be drawing Social Security before that contract runs out, I told him.
The foul ball back. It's 1-2.
Well, Mike and I worked together a long time, so I felt like I could say that. But look at that winning percentage, almost .550, 831 wins. 10th season as the Angel manager.
Well, it's been a great run for him, and Joe Madden was over there for part of that. And these two clubs built with the same philosophy in mind in many ways. There's a base hit into right. Figgins around second on his way to third. Throw's going to go through, and it skips past Longoria, backed up by Shields, and down to second goes Abreu. Boy, they had a shot at getting Figgins. This Angels team is the best in baseball going first to third. And we saw right there the aggressiveness that they have. The Rays had a shot at Figgins.
Yeah, that's their philosophy. Gross has a strong arm in right field. There's no question about that. And he had a shot at him if he threw a strike. It just skipped off of Evans' glove. Evan tried to make the play. And I don't think they would have had him because there's a little bit offline. If Gabe Gross had thrown a strike over there, he probably would have just got Figgins. Shields backing up as he should. And Bobby Abreu, the trail runner, reads the ball well and gets to second base.
So it's a base hit and an error. Now second and third with nobody out. Torrey Hunter takes the pitch down. So Hunter up here as the Angels have 2 men in scoring position with a first inning threat. 1-1.
Torrey Hunter's also a guy that was on a mission this year to work the count better and not give away so many at bats, and consequently his on base percentage is better. And I know he's talking to Bobby Abreu about that, and Mickey Hatcher, their hitting coach. But he's had a pretty good first couple of months this year.
Chop down to third. Longoria's throw to first is in time as the runners have to hold. That is a very big out. Out number one here with men still at second and third. Vladimir Guerrero coming up. Pleased to have you with us tonight, and we're happy to present this game to you in high definition. First game of the series. Here's Guerrero. He lofts it foul up the right side, out of play. On strike to count. Guerrero activated from the disabled list about 2 weeks ago. He had a torn chest muscle. He lines it into right. That's a base hit. That's going to score Figgins. Abreu will stop at third, and the Angels take a 1-0 lead. Guerrero picking up his 7th run batted in of the year.
Yeah, this ball's off the outside corner, but there's no pitch that Vladdy Guerrero won't swing at and can't reach. I mean, he really doesn't have any weaknesses in his swing. There's no holes in it. So, I mean, he just got to change speeds, and he just flicked it into right field. The ball's not that bad of a pitch, but that's how Vladdy hits.
Here's Juan Rivera. Rivera has turned into the best Angels hitter with men in scoring position this year, hitting .380 as men at first and third right now. That's good enough for 4th overall in the American League with runners in scoring position.
Well, he's an interesting guy too, because a lot of the Angel fans and people didn't understand why Garrett Anderson wasn't offered to come back, and Mike Scioscia was concerned about injuries.
The broken bat roller to third, down to second, one over to first, not in time there, and the run scores. Well, he just didn't hit the ball hard enough to hit into a double play, and he gets the run home to make it 2-0.
Yeah, that's a nice play just to get the lead runner at second. No chance at home for Evan Longoria. Ball wasn't hit hard at all, and it was still a close play at first base. Nice play to get the lead guy right there.
So the Angels taking advantage of some Rays mistakes have a couple of runs here in the first. Pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, Juan Rivera, as you look at Kendry Morales' numbers, taken over at first base since Teixeira signed with the Yankees and the trade of Casey Kochman last year for Teixeira. Kendry becomes the full-time first baseman. Pretty good power from the left side of the plate.
The other way, out of play.
Dwayne, I was going to say Juan Rivera signed a contract that was very economical in last year's climate with the economy. I mean, 3 years at about $12 million. Garrett Anderson, they weren't going to give him 3 years, number one, and they were concerned about injuries and playing time. Mike Scioscia's always felt that Juan Rivera can play all 3 outfield positions and give us a big-time power source in the middle of the lineup.
Morales started to go, but he checked, and it's 2-1.
Oh, yeah.
2 runs home, a couple of hits, 2 errors, a runner at first with 2 gone. Out front, taps this one foul. 2-2.
Jared Weaver right there, who's been really locked in, just came off a really good start against the Toronto Blue Jays. June the 3rd.
Now the 2-2 up the right side. That's going to be a foul ball. One hops the sidewall. The count remains at a 2-2 count. Shields had to make a couple extra pitches with the mistakes behind him. Again, the 2-2. Morales just got a piece of it and fouled it.
Kendry's upset at himself because that was a mistake pitch. That was up in his zone and something he could get in the air to right field. Took a pretty big hack at it right here. A little cut action to it. Well, you try to backdoor that cutter, and that's all fine and good, but if it runs out over the plate to the lefties, it's right into their swing because it's flat. Same plane as the bat.
Foul back. Well, he's had him out in front with that changeup to the point where he's almost been lunging at that pitch.
Good
Foul
time.
that one.
Yeah, good time for one of those four-seamers in.
The 2-2. And he lifts a fly ball toward the left field line. Crawford is there waiting, backing up a bit, making the catch to retire the side. A couple unearned runs, and we go to the bottom of the first. Los Angeles 2, and the Rays come again to hit. Couple as they come into hit in the bottom of the first, and they'll line them up this way. B.J. Upton leads off, followed by Carl Crawford and Evan Longoria. Carlos Pena cleanup. Ben Zobrist at second. Matt Joyce the DH with Gabe Gross in right. Deanna Navarro hits eighth, and Reed Brignac ninth.
Right-hander Jared Weaver on the mound, coming off a great start against the Blue Jays. He beat them. His last 6 starts, got a 1.64 earned run average. Overall, 2.26 earned run average. Strikeout to walk ratio is also 3-1, much like James Shields. And the league's only hitting 206 against him. And the right-hand hitters are only hitting 164 against Jared Weaver. And we'll show you why with this delivery.
Here is B.J. Upton stepping in there. Pitch down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Upton, Crawford, then Longoria. Two 2-0. Well, you'll see the back of his uniform. You'll see the numbers on the back of his uniform if you're in the batter's box.
Yeah, he's got that big turn in the delivery, and he also steps across his body.
And there's ball 3 outside.
And it makes it very difficult for right-hand hitters to pick up the ball the way he hides it and where he comes from. It's almost like he's throwing from the shortstop position.
That's a strike. 3-1.
Here's the turn. He sets up on the right side of the rubber, and then watch the step across his body right there as he steps toward the third base side of home plate.
Ground ball in and out of the glove of Ibar. It's short, and that's going to be a base hit for Upton. Sharply hit. Not a lot of reaction time for Ibar, who managed to get a glove on it, but couldn't hold it, and BJ has a base hit.
Take a look at the Angels defensively. This defensive alignment review brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket. Saving you money is our passion. Juan Rivera in left, Torrey Hunter in center, Bobby Abreu in right, John Figgins, Eric Ibar on the left side of the infield, Howie Kendrick, Henry Morales the right side of the infield, Jeff Mathis behind the plate. An excellent defensive catcher and very accurate thrower with a quick release.
Carl Crawford in the batter's box. Fouls one the other way. Out of play. That's a strike. Well, that's the kind of delivery that you wouldn't necessarily teach a young pitcher to come up with. But it is effective and difficult to pick up. But there is a wear and tear factor in all of that.
Yeah, there is. Stepping across your body will put a little fatigue on the elbow because you don't clear your hips. A little bit more pressure on your arm. And last spring he did have some tendonitis in the arm. But he's on a mission so far this year. You see the NA, the Nick Dadenhart, number 34 on the right side of his hat. That was going to be his roommate. They were going to move into a house together before the tragic death of Nick Dadenhart.
Pitch is down. It's 1-1. Crawford 8th in the American League overall in hitting. Carl has one lifetime hit against Weaver in 6 at bats. That was a home run. Another pitch foul the other way, out of play. Runs it to 1-2.
Jared Weaver with a modified slide step. Last 5 games for Carl Crawford, hitting .400 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Saw Andy Pettit yesterday with a modified slide step. Not a true slide step, but obviously going quick to the plate with the lead leg.
Over to first, and Upton is back in. Well, that's a part of Weaver's game that they'd like to tighten up a little bit.
Yep.
There were a number of stolen bases against him last year. Upton with his lead. 1-2, and Crawford out on strike. Steptoe to first, and Upton is back in. So Crawford strikes out. And with 1 out and a man at first.
Yeah, see, fastball up, and that's what the Rays need to do more of. Fastballs up and in to left-handed hitters, and got Carl Crawford at chase. Good location for Jared Weaver. That's by design. That's exactly what he was looking to do. And Jeff Mathis, the Rays have to be careful. He will definitely do that consistently after your secondary lead on a strikeout, or even after a pitch. He'll throw behind the runners.
And here's Evan Longoria. Upton's going. The pitch, a breaking ball, is a strike, and the throw down is a strike as well. Upton called out. Jeff Kellogg on the call. Kendrick on the tag. And Upton caught for the 5th time this year.
This is why Mike Scioscia loves Jeff Mathis. He doesn't hit a whole lot, but behind the plate, he's excellent. Quick delivery to the plate and a strike to second base. And that pop-up slide, that's a breaking ball, too. Look at the quick release right there. Good footwork. And, yeah, he got him. He got him about the belt just before BJ got the foot in there.
1-1 now to Longoria.
That last shot, good shot, showed it. He did get him.
Ground ball to second. Kendrick with the toss to first. The Rays are out. No runs a hit. Nobody left. Through 1, 2-0. Angels. Tonight's broadcast is on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces, serving in 177 countries and aboard ships at sea, watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. We welcome and salute you all. First pitch to Eric Ibar is a strike call. Ibar, switch hitting shortstop, and the brother of the Rays, Willie Ibar. He'll be followed by the catcher, Jeff Mathis, and then the second baseman, Howie Kendrick. Willie scratched from the game yesterday in New York due to a migraine headache. 1-1. There's Willie on the Rays bench. Too high. 2-1. James Shields got into a little bit of a spot because of some defensive lapses behind him in the first. Gave up 2 unearned runs. Throws this one by Ibar. A fastball up. And the count is 2-2.
Yeah, and because of that, he came in with 23 pitches after the first inning. Doesn't go much past the 105 to 108 mark as far as pitch count.
Chopper foul down the right side past Alfredo Griffin, the first base coach for the Angels, down toward the bullpen. Pretty good infielder right there, and he's helped a lot of infielders.
He sure has. A really quality guy.
Ibar, another little piece of it foul. Count stays at 2-2.
We actually brought him into Texas in '94 and kind of weren't sure if Benji Gill was going to be ready. He was going to kind of be the mentor for Benji Gill, and ended up coming in my office one day in the spring, said, "Do you mind if I retire?"
There's a base hit the other way. So Ibar on a 2-2 pitch strokes it into left. Leadoff single.
Pitch was up and it was out over the plate. Take a look. I mean, that's just has a little bit of tail to it, but it's about belled high, and Ibar just does what he should do with that, tailing away. Go right with it. See him stay inside it nicely right there. Squares it up, shoots it into left field.
Here's Mathis, sitting .218 for the year. And a strike catches the outside edge. Well, Mathis just at .218, but he's 2 out of 6 lifetime against Shields. It's a cut and misses. 0-2.
Pretty good curveball right there, 75 miles an hour. Ibar has a couple of stolen bases, 2 for 3. But Mike Scioscia will also run depending on the situation and the count.
Ground ball, shortstop Brignac to his right, out at second. They get the force there. No chance to try to double up Mathis as Brignac had to scoot to his right to come up with that ball.
Pretty close play, too. It was a nice feed right there by Brignac. I wasn't so sure he was going to beat Ibar to the bag. Ibar was hustling down and almost beat that play. See, those pop-up slides, they make it easy for the umpire to call you out, too. If you slide straight through, you got a chance to be safe. Any umpire would tell you that. But the guys like those pop-up slides at second base, and they make it very easy to call you out.
Here's Howie Kendrick. Pitch is a strike. Kendrick hitting .229 with 4 home runs and 22 runs batted in. Moves a fly ball toward the right field line. Gross into foul territory, makes a nice running catch down in the middle of the bullpen. Nice job by Gross. He had him played toward right center field, had to cover a lot of ground to get there.
Yeah, running full speed, got a good read on it right away, hustles across the line. He's got it locked in the whole time, busting his tail, never takes his eyes off it and makes the catch. That's not an easy play.
Now we go back to the top of the order. Here's Sean Figgins. Figgins reached on the error and scored in the first. Lifts a fly ball a bit toward left center where B.J. Upton is there waiting and makes the catch. Angels are out in the second. They leave a man. Bottom of the inning coming. 2-0 Los Angeles. bottom of the second inning. They're down by a couple. A reminder, fans, the $250,000 Mustang Money tickets are on sale. Register your non-winning tickets now through June 11th for a second chance to win great prizes that include a 2010 Ford Mustang V6 convertible, an ultimate Florida baseball weekend getaway, or $100 gas cards. Visit flaflorida.com for details. Carlos Pena about to step in here. Pena, Zobrist, and Joyce do against the the right-hander Jared Weaver. Pena with the shift on, shortens, and takes the pitch for a ball.
Yeah, Sean Figgins playing deep at the shortstop position. That square round by Pena came sprinting in, but he's still standing at shortstop. I mean, he'd have no chance if Pena does decide to cut one down.
That's a strike. The Rays have a stretch of left-handed hitters coming up here, and Pena, then the switch hitter Zobrist, Joyce, behind him Gross, Navarro switch hitter, and then Brignac.
Yeah, their second baseman Howie Kendrick not as deep as most teams put their second baseman against Pena.
Carlos takes it too close. 2-1.
There he is, about 15, 20 feet back on the turf right there. Off the grass, off the dirt area, I mean.
And a pop-up foul ball. Mathis gives it a look, but it's going to be out of play. So the count squares at 2-2.
I think it's very, very important, as we said in the pregame show, for Carlos to really get going and just shorten the swing and start taking some base hits and some gappers to left center, right center. Back to hitting line drives, and those home runs will come.
It's high, and he works the count full. 3-2. He's had some success against the Angels throughout his career, a lifetime average of over 290 against them, with 10 home runs.
29 hits to the right side. That's why the shift is on right now.
And he takes ball 4 inside. So Pena draws another walk. 42nd walk of the year. He leads the league in that department. Now Ben Zobrist. Zobrist getting his first look at Weaver. Then starts the night hitting .299. And the pitch is a strike, says Mark Wegner, who calls the balls and strikes in the first game of this series.
Yeah, that call was because of the way Jeff Mathis froze the ball. That was a nice job of receiving the ball. He didn't jerk it back in like a lot of catchers. If you jerk it back in toward the plate, you're telling the umpire it was outside. He just froze it right there.
Throws a breaking ball over, and that's a strike.
He's real quiet with his hands back there, Jeff Mathis, when you watch him. That's what Mike Scioscia, being a great catcher in his own right, what the Dodgers loves about Jeff Mathis. That's why he's getting so much playing time. Look at him hide the signs right there. There's a slider sign with the right knee facing Jared Weaver, so the first base coach can't see it.
Breaking ball, and it's lined into right. That's going to fall for a base hit. Pena stops at second. He had to wait for a moment to see if that was going to carry to Abreu or not. The Rays have put the first 2 men aboard in the second.
Yeah, nice job by Ben. He just continues to hit every time he gets a chance to play, and he's getting that chance now with all the injuries. That's a slider. Nice short compact swing. Got a nice flex with the lead arm, and look at that extension getting through that slider that came into him.
So with 2 men on, nobody out, and here's Matt Joyce. Joyce hitting .200 with 3 home runs. And the breaking ball drops in there for a strike.
This could be a nice matchup for Matt Joyce. Jared Weaver, now he has been using the changeup a little bit more, but low fastball pitcher. He's not an overpowering guy until he gets 2 strikes. Then he'll go up the zone, and Matt Joyce can square up on that low fastball.
Cut the miss on another breaking ball.
Yeah, and the Angels know that. Of course, they start him off with a couple of curveballs to get ahead.
Mike Butcher, the Angels pitching coach, formerly a Rays pitching coach. It's down, covered up by Mathis.
You saw no air between his legs and the glove right there. That's how you block a ball. Smother it. Feet came out from underneath and drop straight down.
First 2-men aboard for the Rays here in the second. Too low. Joyce takes a look at the breaking ball. The count is 2-2.
They're respecting Matt's ability to hit that low fastball. So if he does throw a fastball, it's either going to be off the outside corner, or they're going to try to go up and get Matt to chase one.
Straight back fastball, and that's going to fall out of play. That ball went from the upper deck where it was misplayed, but on the carom, a fine play by a fan down below.
A bobble in the upper deck. Come on, you don't get too many up that high. Make the play.
So it's 2-2. Joyce waiting. And he got it. He threw him that changeup. And that's strikeout number 2 on the evening for Weaver.
Yeah, he's been using that changeup a lot more this year, and boy, it's been very effective. Look at that. That's off the outside corner, but too close to take, and Matt chases it and gets out front. That's one of the reasons Jared Weaver's ERA is where it is. He's just been using that pitch more effectively this year against the left-handers.
And you know, that's a pitch he's always had, but it's really started to flourish this year.
Absolutely.
Now Gabe Gross, which is a strike. Gabe has a couple hits, 2 out of 4 with a home run in his career against Jared Weaver. He's in there playing right field tonight for the Rays. This one is down, 1-1. Right there at home plate, a couple of guys with 2 pretty good arms. As you know, Gabe quarterbacked at Auburn, and we've seen Mathis in his arm already. He was recruited. Mathis was recruited by Florida State as a quarterback.
That's right. Yeah, he's got a very good arm.
A little popper into short left. Rivera's going to come in for it and make the catch. And that's the second out. The runners are still at first and second. Yeah, you know, the Angels catcher's not the only guy Florida State tried to recruit. They tried to get Joe Mauer of the Twins to
that's right.
go up there and quarterback. But we saw the good arm of Mathis when he threw out Upton at second base in the first inning. BJ cut down trying to steal. Here's Deanna Navarro. Breaking ball, and that's a wave and a miss. Strike 1.
Yeah, Jared's got the whole arsenal. He's been using all of his pitches. A lot of it is because of Jeff Mathis, the game calling, giving him a lot of confidence. Jared calls Mathis out. That was a curveball first pitch. We've seen sliders, fastballs, 2-seamers, changeup a minute ago to Matt Joyce. reason he threw a breaking ball there to Navarro. He's been a first ball fastball hitter. He's only walked 3 times this year. When you see an 8-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio the wrong way, it tells you he wants to swing at that first pitch. So he gets a breaking ball.
And he takes the fastball for a strike. So he missed the opening breaking ball on a swing and a miss. Takes the fastball, and he's down 0-2. Two men on, 2 men out. Into the dirt, blocked again by Mathis.
There's 3 blocks by Jeff Mathis right there, and he just smothers it. He buries it. He's ready for it, number 1. Look at where his glove is to start. Covers up, gets both knees down, and shoots it back towards center. And soft with the chest protector. Don't tense up. Be straight up and down with the chest protector. Kind of cradle it so it comes right out in front.
Upstairs, fastball again, and this time Navarro lays off. So it's a square count, 2-2.
Same count where he threw that changeup to Matt Joyce, the 2-2. See if he does the same thing here to Deano Navarro.
Navarro is out on strikes. He came right back and got him. Couple of change-ups for strikeouts in that inning. Rays leave 2-0 Angels. Two to nothing contest. The Angels lead the Rays with a couple unearned runs in the first inning. James Shields and Jared Weaver hooked up in this one. Your child can win the Child Rays Junior Stadium Announcer Contest. You can also win Rays tickets by going to RaysBaseball.com for the tobacco-free Florida Rays Junior Announcer Contest. Your child can be the public address announcer here at the ballpark. Bobby Abreu looks at a strike to start the third. Abreu singled into right in the first inning and eventually scored. Oh, 2.
Were you surprised Bobby was on the market so long last winter?
Yeah, I think a lot of people were. And the Angels added him late. And he's, as you mentioned, he's a perfect number 2 guy for them.
sure part of it was he was probably asking for $16 million early. I think that's what his option was with the Yankees, wasn't it? 16, 18 million. And nobody was going to bite on that for Bobby Abreu. He's not a very good defensive outfielder anymore, but he can still hit.
Out on strikes. That's the first strikeout for Shields in this game. One out in the third.
Take a look at this pitch. This had some backdoor act right there on the outside corner. It's up a little bit.
It's Torrey Hunter. Starts him with a breaking pitch that's up 1 ball, no strikes. 2-0. Hunter, if he continues the pace he's on, he could have a career year. Came into the game hitting .314, offs a high popper, pop fly. Upton looking for it, is there in short center and makes the catch. And that's out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. Bases are empty, and Vladimir Guerrero is on his way to the plate. It's the ultimate baseball experience, featuring 100 games per week on MLB.TV. Go to RaysBaseball.com, where baseball is always on. For more information, you can watch the Rays on MLB.TV. It's a strike to Guerrero. 0-1. High chopper charged by Zobrist, and across his body makes the throw to first to get Guerrero on the chop. 1, 2, 3. Go the Angels. Rays coming in to hit, down 2-0. Third, stop into your local Hess Express. Pick up the 09 Rays pocket schedule. It includes a $5 off coupon for a pair of tickets to see the Rays Saturday nights at Tropicana Field. And don't miss Ludacris following the game coming up this Saturday. Hess Express, a presenting partner of the 09 Rays Summer Concert Series. Reed Brignac. Pitch is high, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, that Summer Concert Series off to a great start. And 3 doors down, they were very good. And Ludacris right around the corner Saturday. Todd Callis will be here. It's one of his favorite acts, Ludacris.
And you hung for 3 doors down.
Yes, we did. Absolutely.
Did the game that day.
There's a shot deep down the right field line, but it's foul. Brignac hit it hard. It's a long strike and a souvenir.
Get on top of that one. Got him defense perfectly out there. Foul territory.
It didn't lose a peanut. You know, the lower bowl's playing pretty good defense tonight.
Yes, they are. They came to play tonight.
It's 3-1 now.
You know, the club's been gone a few days, so you know, they're ready. Had a couple days off.
Fly ball center field. It's Torrey Hunter, and he puts it away. Hunter, an 8-time Gold Glove outfielder.
Your center fielder, number 2, BJ.
One out. We'll go to the top of the order. B.J. Upton again facing Jared Weaver. B.J. had an infield hit, then was caught stealing in the first. Trying to wait on that pitch and fouls it. Strike one.
Had the right idea too, but it was a hanger. It was up in the zone. B.J. tried to wait and shoot that thing to right center. Gets his batting average back up to 220 with that base hit in the first inning.
Fouls this one right back. 2. Weaver has won his last 2 starts. He got ahead of BJ and strikes him out. It's 4 strikeouts for Weaver.
You know, the 4-seam fastball up, the pitch before sets the curveball up. See where it comes from? I mean, it's coming from almost the shortstop position, that release point, with the way Weaver steps across his body. That's what makes it tough for the right-handed hitters. Good curveball right there.
1-0 the count to Carl Crawford. Weaver has wins over the White Sox and the Blue Jays.
Yeah, see, he's in a pretty good rhythm. Carl Crawford trying to work the count, but he's just getting on the mound, getting assigned, and pounding the zone.
Breaking ball that stays wide. 2-1.
You see Weaver, there's no fooling around him. He's barely gets off the rubber. I mean, he's just right there, working fast.
3-1. Well, he was an attention deficit kid who tried to develop to fight that certain routines, and he's done that on the mound, and one would think working quickly would serve that purpose for him.
Exactly right. That's correct.
That's a strike. Carl thought it might have been a little high, but it's a strike and the count is full.
Carl has done his job. He has worked the count here. He's got 45, 46, 47 pitches now.
And a line drive, but right at Morales at first. That retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. We're through 3, and it's 2-0 Los Angeles. We go. It's 2-0. The Angels lead this game, and it's time for the Aflac trivia question. Aflac, we've got you under our wing. How many players all time have 2,000 hits, 1,000 walks, 300 steals, and have hit 2 home runs? That's some pretty good credentials right there. That's our Aflac trivia question. Juan Rivera.
Pretty solid career right there.
Rivera hits this one deep into center field. That's going to be over BJ's head. He'll play the carom, and into second base standing goes Rivera. So Rivera jumps on the first pitch in the 4th. Hit it over BJ's head for his 11th double.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Short, compact swing right there. Very little stride, good weight transfer. He just squares up on a fastball up and drills it over BJ's head. He knows he's got to play the carom. And BJ comes up throwing a strike because he got it quickly and thinking, well, maybe Rivera take that for granted, and nobody was at second base.
It's Morales. Lifts one down the left side. Long run by Crawford, but he's going to be there and make the catch and foul ground. Boy, that's a nice out to pick up on the very next pitch following the double. That's
a big out right there. A very aggressive Kendry Morales. He likes to swing the bat. Carl was able to run that down. That's not an easy play. Running across the line. Tracks it all the way.
That's the first out. Here's Eric Ibar. Ibar had a base hit his first time up. And he looks at a strike. The Angels have not been a home run hitting team. They're 9th in the league in runs scored and last in home runs. Down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, they made a serious bid for Mark Teixeira, but there was no chance. Mark definitely wanted to go back to the East Coast. Mike Scioscia was hoping, well, maybe he enjoyed his 3 months with the Angels.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
When they traded for Mark Teixeira, they didn't use Teixeira to protect Vladdy Guerrero. A lot of people thought he was going to hit behind Guerrero. They hit him in front of Guerrero. Just like Mark Teixeira's doing in front of A-Rod.
Chop to first. Pena's going to step on the bag. Rivera goes to third.
And you know what I say about Vladdy Guerrero? He doesn't need protection because he swings at anything anyway. You don't need to protect him. He doesn't work the count. He just sees it and hacks. He can reach a ball 5 inches off the outside corner.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who it's very difficult to pitch to because almost anything you serve up there, short of throwing it over the backstop, he's got a chance to make contact with it.
If he can reach it, he'll hit it. He'll square it up.
Shortening and taking a breaking ball for a strike.
Yeah, what we just saw was Joe Madden trying to get Evan Longoria's attention for that very reason, that Mathis will drop a bunt on you with a runner at third base for try to get an RBI and a base hit. So Evan kind of creeping in just to keep him honest.
It's a 1-1 count. Popper right side. Zobrist and Pena's going to be Zobrist to make the grab. And so the leadoff double. Rivera is stranded. Bottom of the 4th coming. 2-0 Los Angeles. Aflac, we've got you under our wing. How many players all time have 2,000 hits, 1,000 walks, 300 steals, and 200 home runs? This is going to turn out to be a good list. Bobby Abreu just got his 2,000th hit. That came Sunday in Detroit.
It's a lot of base hits, man.
And how about this 8 different players? Look at this list. Craig Biggio, Roberto Alomar, Barry Bonds, and then these other 4 guys already in the Hall of Fame. We'll take another look at that. As Evan Longoria goes after the first breaking ball, the first pitch here in the inning, and pumps it up. Ibar makes the catch. That's the first out. And 4 Hall of Famers on that list with Ricky Henderson, Willie Mays, Paul Molitor, and Joe Morgan.
Those 2 are Hall of Famers. Barry, I don't know what's going to happen with Barry Bonds. Obviously the numbers say Hall of Fame, but he's still awaiting.
He's got all kinds of things to sort out.
He's got some other things going on the personal side as well. But those guys are basically all Hall of Famers on there. I don't know about Bobby Abreu, though. I never thought of Bobby as a Hall of Famer.
Carlos Pena takes the pitch high, a ball and no strikes. Bobby out of Venezuela, and there have been some pretty good players out of there with a couple thousand hits. This one is down 2-0. Louis Aparicio's in the Hall of Fame, and he heads that list.
I've always respected Bobby's ability. I mean, he's been with a few clubs in his career. Kind of came into his own, I guess, with the Phillies.
3-0 to count.
When you hear the word professional hitter, people say, what is that? Professional hitter. Aren't they all professional hitters? No, what professional hitter means is you're looking at right there, Bobby Abreu. He works the count.
Pena walks.
As does Carlos Pena work the count. The second time drawing a walk.
And 2 walks.
But Bobby really wears a pitcher down, which is what we talked about earlier, why they wanted to get Bobby Abreu. They wanted guys that would work the count much like the Rays do, until he gets his pitch that he likes to hit. That's what a professional hitter is. Not one of these first ball, fastball, going to chase it out of the zone type hitters. Ben Zobrist is a professional hitter.
He's singled his first time. Has his average over 300. Pitch is outside.
See, most guys would swing at that first pitch because it's a fastball. But it was a fastball. Ben was looking for a fastball, but it was away. It was something he couldn't do anything with. That's what a professional hitter is. A guy that can read it and recognize it and say, I'm spitting on that one. I'll be ready for the next one if it's in my zone, especially early in the count.
1-1.
There's that changeup. That's a good pitch right there. He's throwing the lefties.
He's picked up a couple of strikeouts with that pitch. Goes to 1-1 on Zobrist with it. 2-1.
Those are three really good takes by Ben Zobrist. A couple fastballs away, a changeup away, and he just got the count in his favor. They got the call on the changeup, but that was a pitch he wasn't looking for anyway. Until you get 2 strikes, you stay with what you're locked in on.
A little check swing and a bouncer. Weaver grabs it and throws to first in time. Into second goes Pena. Zobrist didn't want to make contact with that off speed, that change, and he's out of there. Weaver made a nice play on that ball.
Yeah, and he got on top of it and threw a bullet over there to first base once he did get it. Watch this, getting off the mound. Spears it. Watch him get on top now. No sidearm throw there. He just throws a strike over there to Kendrick Morales.
That's the Energized defensive play, brought to you by Progress Energy. Progress Energy's Energized defensive play.
Good changeup again behind the count by Jared Weaver.
Matt Joyce looks at a breaking ball to start this at bat. Strike one.
I think the Rays hitters are going to have to start picking out, especially the lefties, something breaking. Try to hit it off the wall or out of the ballpark, because they're not going to get cookies from Weaver for the fastballs.
Too low, covered up by Mathis.
You can see the pattern that Mathis is calling for Jared Weaver now that you've had one and a half times around the lineup. So you start changing your approach a little bit and start sitting on something else. And that's why Evan Longoria swung at the first pitch. It was not a bad swing because it was a hanging breaking ball. And he just popped it up, but that's a pitch Evan can hit out of the ballpark. That's why he swung at it.
That's a strike. Got that fastball in there and well located. Well, all that other stuff, the change-ups and the breaking stuff, makes that fastball effective.
Absolutely.
One and two the count to Joyce. Inside. That squares the count, 2-2. Weaver 2-0 lifetime against the Rays. One of those wins came last year. Now it's a full count.
Another good block by Mathis right there. But see, Weaver has confidence throwing the ball in the dirt, seeing if the Rays will chase, because Mathis has proved since he's come to the big leagues that he can block that pitch with 2 strikes. Take a look. There's a little slider right there, and he's down, covering it up and squaring it back up to center.
Three and two with a runner at second and 2 outs. Joyce takes it low. He laid off the changeup. So the Rays, with a couple walks in this inning, now have men at first and second. With 2 outs, Mike Butcher's going to trot to the mound. Gabe Gross is due to be the hitter. And reminder, fans, that you can team up with the St. Petersburg Times, the local newspaper, with one of the top 10 sports sections in the country. Subscribe by calling 877 The Times or visiting TampaBay.com. Well, not a lot of offense for the Rays yet against Jared Weaver. They have a couple of hits. They've drawn 3 walks. By the way, that equals his season's high of walks allowed at any one start.
It's a pretty long conversation on the mound for the umpire not to break that up. I think Jared Weaver needed a breather, or I don't even know if something's wrong, but that was a long conversation out. That wasn't your normal just take.
Yeah, if the umpire's out there, it's usually cut short and let's go.
As soon as he comes out there. So I think Butcher said, hey, we got to give him a breather. I don't know if something's wrong. I don't want to speculate, but Mike Sosha and Mike Butcher saw something they didn't like. He's throwing the ball well. Obviously, Gabe Gross can put up a 3 spot right here real quick.
Gabe hitting .253 for the year. He takes a pitch low, breaking ball. He got him on a breaking ball and a fly ball to left his first time.
It's a good at bat by Matt Joyce. He laid off some tough breaking balls in that last changeup, which is the pattern that Weaver has shown.
That's a strike.
I think Gabe's sitting on the off speed or sitting on the breaker right there. Take that fastball. About those numbers of runners in scoring position, 360, 11 RBIs to go with it.
2 men on with 2 men out, and the 1-1 pitch. He swings through the fastball. Took a cut.
Yeah, he took a 3-run home run cut. Nothing wrong with that. Just a little bit up above his hands, just a little bit out of his zone. Why not air it out? Now, of course, you're in more of a protection mode, 1 and 2.
delivery up and in. 2-2.
That's an excellent pitch. I mean, he's not trying to hit Gabe Gross. What he's trying to do is set up his changeup. He's thrown 3 fastballs in a row now. I don't know that he'll throw a 4th. But I think that's what Butcher went out there and said, hey, change up. You guys are in patterns too much. And Mike Scioscia would certainly recognize that. All of a sudden, a good fastball hitter gets 3 fastballs in a row.
The 2-2. And he got him. He struck him out. Got him on a fastball. The Rays leave 2. We're at the end of 4, and it's 2-0. Los Angeles.
Of the Tampa Bay Rays.
2-0 Angels as we head to the 5th inning. Howie Kendrick will lead off for Los Angeles. Now, as sometimes happens in drafts, guys, the first round's taking a little bit longer than we thought. We thought at this point the Rays would have already made their first pick, but it's currently at number 29. The Yankees will select, and then the Rays will pick number 30. So sometime this inning, we should have the selection for you. And then after the first round, we'll hear from Andrew Friedman or R.J. Harrison about the first selection. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks for that update. So we're getting close for the Rays, who for the first time have had to wait around this long. And their first round pick will be coming up right after the Yankees make their selection.
Well, really, that's where you want to be picking 29th or 30th every year, because that tells you you're going to the postseason and deep, or to the World Series every year.
1-2 the count to Howie Kendrick. So as soon as they make that selection, Todd will be back with that information. Fly ball right field. Gross will go back to the track for it. He leaps, and that ball is going to be up off the wall and carry him back toward the infield. Gross will have to come get it, and all the way to third goes Kendrick. Now Alfredo Griffin over at first base, their first base coach is claiming that it should be a home run, and Mike Scioscia is going to go out to make his case for a home run for Howie Kendrick.
Yeah, this could be a replay right here, and Mike Scioscia has a good argument. Let's take a look at this baseball right here. Hits the yellow line right there. The umpires are going to get together on this one, and it's a boundary call, so it's a replay call if they want it. And it looks like they are. They're going to go check it out.
So they're going to check this here. The Rays have been involved in one of these earlier this year. That involved Willie Ibar. when Ibar hit the home run in Cleveland, and it was contested by the Indians, and the home run stood. And so we'll take a look here at the home run replay rules. It's used to determine whether the ball is fair or foul, fan interference, or a ball leaving the playing field, which is what this would be, technically speaking. Managers cannot demand a replay review, but they can request it. The decision to reverse a call will be made by the crew chief. And after the review, the crew chief will return to the field, signal the final call, and if necessary, reposition any runners. And the decision made by the crew chief is final, binding, and cannot be argued or protested by either team. So we're going to wait and see on this long fly ball hit by Howie Kendrick.
The ball, Gabe Gross leaping. Looks like it hits the yellow line and comes back into the playing field. That's what Mike Socha saw from the visiting dugout. One more look, a little closer. That's what the umpires are going to take a look at right now. Now, Mike Socha goes out to that, and as that rule number 2 said, he can't demand that they go in. The umpires have to make that choice. And they could say, no, we saw it cleanly and clearly. We're not going to go review it. But obviously the umpires, there was a discrepancy, so they're doing the right thing. They're going in to check the replay.
Well, and the bottom line is that the umpires endeavor to get the call right, and that's the spirit of trying to figure out any decision. Kendrick, meanwhile, waits over at third base to see. Mark Wegner, the plate umpire, stays out there as Jeff Kellogg, who is the crew chief of this crew, goes in, and he'll ultimately make the call and let everybody know whether that's a home run or a triple.
I mean, initially when replay came in, I'm kind of an old school guy. They said, hey, let the human element make the decision. But on boundary calls like that, and I would want it both ways. I mean, obviously this could go against the Rays, but you would want it if you're the Rays manager, Joe Madden, right now.
Here they are. And they're going to leave him at third base.
2-minute 40-second delay. Triple, 3-base hit.
So a short delay. And it's a triple to right field. Off the top of the fence out there.
Worth a shot if you're Mike Socha. You got nothing to lose.
The infield will come in with the top of the batting order, Sean Figgins. The pitch is a strike. And one thing about it, the umpires have to see a call that's definitive.
That's right.
To overturn what had initially been ruled. There wasn't anything there that would allow them to call it a home run. Fly ball to right field. Gross will go back. This will get the run home. On a sacrifice fly, Kendrick tags and scores, and that makes it 3-0. So they get that run. 3 runs, 5 hits allowed by Shields, and here's Bobby Abreu. Abreu singled in the first when the Angels scored 2 unearned runs. He singled and scored. It's a strike.
That's how you minimize guys working to count on you. Go strike 1, strike 2. Go ahead, take them both.
Well, that's a quick trip to the plate right there. Second strikeout for Shields, and out number 2 here in the fifth. Both his strikeouts have been at the expense of Bobby Abreu.
This is the changeup. James Shields, a put away changeup right there, drives it down in the dirt. Navarro shifts over, keeps it in front. Didn't actually hit the dirt, but did a nice job anyway for strike three.
Torrey Hunter takes the pitch down. A ball, no strikes.
That was a 2-minute and 40-second delay, and I was going to say earlier, I said, what's the difference with all the pitching changes in today's game?
And a fly ball deep to center field, to the deepest part of the park, off the bottom of the fence, and Hunter's on his way to second with a double. That's his first hit, his 14th double. Two-base hit to center field.
Navarro sets up way outside, but really good extension for Torrey Hunter. Look how high this ball is. It's up above his belt, and that's why he was able to get to it and drive it to the deepest part of the ballpark. EJ does a nice job playing the carom and getting it back in.
Guerrero fouls it out of play. That's a strike.
That's what makes Vladdy so tough. I mean, he can reach out and hit that ball off the outside corner about 5 inches and shoot it into right field. I mean, he's going to swing at everything. It makes him a very dangerous hitter, because even though he chases pitches, he can hit it.
He fouls this one off his foot. 0-2.
One of the reasons he hit the low ball so well is he played a game and growing up in the Dominican where they use a license plate and they put it on the ground. And the pitcher tries to hit the license plate off the ground before you swing the bat. And so he scoops that low ball. He can hit it virtually off the ground.
Well, he came into this game since coming off the DL. He's hitting .259 right now with a homer and 7 runs batted in. The Angels will need his offense. 1 ball, 2 strikes, so they need him to be healthy and productive at the plate. Right now they're 9th in the league in runs scored and last in home runs. But they lead this game, and there's a foul ball pulled down the left side out of play. Holds the count at 1-2.
Look where this ball was. This is the ball I'm talking about, the low ball. I'm serious. The feature on him before. Look how low this ball is, and he goes down and gets it. He's used to that growing up in the Dominican. He loves that pitch down there.
Count is 2-2 now.
Guys I know used to play that in the streets, but they didn't use a license plate. It was more like one of those beverage cans, that.
Oh yeah. Swing and a miss. So Guerrero is out on strikes. That retires the side. The Angels score a run. We go to the bottom of the fifth. 3-0. Rays trail.
3-0. The Rays have made their selection in the first round of the first-year player draft. Lavon Washington, an outfielder, played a lot of infield, though, at Buchholz High School in Gainesville, Florida. Same high school that Andrew Miller went to, who was selected in the 2006 draft by the Florida Marlins. Great speed, guys, 6'2", 60. He's got he's got some offensive power as well. The only question about him right now is his arm, and we'll hear a lot more from Andrew Friedman a little bit later, guys.
All right, we're looking forward to getting more information on him as Navarro fouls the first pitch away. Washington, as Todd mentioned, out of Gainesville. He's a 17-year-old outfielder, and as Todd mentioned, spent some time on the infield. They say he can really hit and he can run. To pop up. Foul ball. Mathis is after it. It's playable, and he makes the catch to retire Navarro.
Well, the 6'2", 60 is flying.
Yep.
I mean, that is flying. Once again, James Shields having some tough luck here, not getting any run support. Jared Weaver's been changing speeds exceptionally well. When he has got into trouble, he's gotten himself out of it.
Brignac takes a pitch wide. Reed's 0 for 1. It'll fly ball to center his first time. The Rays haven't done much against Weaver so far. They've stranded 4. Brignac fouls it back. Couple of hits and 3 walks. That's been it.
And Mike Scioscia, because their bullpen has really scuffled this year for the Angels, he's allowed his starters to go complete games this year. He really doesn't do that historically.
That's going to be a fair ball. Rolling back toward the corner beyond the bullpen. Brignac's around second and will stop there with a double. Brignac with a 2-base hit, his third double.
Get that Brignac right here on this ball down. I think it was a changeup, but he shoots it into right field. No, it was a fastball. Fastball away, and he drops it into right field for the Checkers double of the game. Something going right here.
So the Rays have a man in scoring position for the top of the order. B.J. Upton. B.J. puts down a bunt. Mathis up with it. The throw to first is in time. Over to third goes Brignac as B.J. put down a bunt there, and Mathis throws him out.
Well, it's not a bad thought because Figgins was back. He's trying to bunt, obviously, for a base hit and make the third baseman field it, and it caroms out right in front of home plate for an easy play for Jeff Mathis. But, BJ's thinking, trying to get some base runners, trying for a first and third one-out situation. It just didn't happen for him.
Carl Crawford. Breaking ball is too high. So with 2 outs, Brignac's at third. First time tonight the Rays have had a man at third base. That's a strike. That picks up the strike zone. Well, Weaver hasn't been overpowering with the fastball, but everything comes out of the same spot.
Sure does. He makes everything look the same, and he has good location, especially with that fastball in the outside corner.
And he strikes out Crawford. That retires the side. His 6th strikeout. Through 5, 3-0 Angels. Ball game. We go to the 6th inning. Our Toyota trend has been very good for the Rays since the end of May. The TBRA has been 2.69, second only to Seattle, and along with Boston, the only TBRA under 3 during that stretch. That's our Toyota trend. Shields, through the first 5, has given up 3 runs, but only 1 earned run. Both those runs in the first were unearned as a result of the 2 errors made behind him. There's Juan Rivera to open the inning, and the first pitch is a strike. When caught the strike zone down around the knees on the outside part of the plate. So 1-1 count.
And one thing about the Angels, their starters ERA overall for them coming in, they're third in the American League at 4.07, but their bullpen ERA is last in baseball. So Mike Scioscia's let Jared Weaver throw a couple of complete games.
1-2, the foul ball down toward that bullpen area for the Angels.
Jared Weaver has 79 pitches through 5, 45 for strikes. And Mike's been forced to do that this year with this Angel pitching staff. Nice block by Navarro, getting over there with both legs. And that in front.
2-2 count. This one is down. So the count is full. They had, by the way, given Upton a sacrifice on that bunt in the bottom of the 5th, but they've changed their minds, and it will just be a bunt play. Liner in the center and a base hit off a 3-2 pitch. Rivera's aboard. Henry Morales will be coming up there. And tomorrow night, we'll have coming up Game 2 of this series. John Lackey will pitch against Jeff Neiman. We'll be with you on Sun Sports in high definition tomorrow. Our coverage begins at 7 o'clock. Morales takes a strike. Neiman has been pitching well lately for the Rays. I mean, very well. So he's ready to get back out there again.
And coming off a great start against the Kansas City Royals.
One and one. $100 pitches, 2-hit shutout, 9 strikeouts. You know, it's not often you'll go the distance, strike out 9, and make only 100 pitches as he did.
No, he had excellent command of all of his pitches, and he had a great curveball that night, too. He's been able to repeat his delivery better.
Out in front of the change. That's been pretty much the case all night with the Angels' first baseman.
Yeah, he was looking for a fastball right there. Kind of hit out of the ballpark. Pulled off a changeup. Great changeup down in the dirt.
Two balls, 2 strikes. One on with nobody out. And a line drive caught by Brignac, and a look to first, but no chance to double up Rivera. Morales hit the ball hard, Had a little something on that one, and Brignac made a little leap in the grab.
Yeah, had him played perfectly. A little tailing action to it. Navarro sets up away. This ball fades away. A little bit off the end of the bat, but Brignac was right there for it and looking for two. No movement by Rivera on the 2-2 count from first base.
Now Terry Kaibar. Kaibar singled his first time, giving him 1 for 2 tonight. There's a strike. Kaibar is something like Figgins in that he has really hit up a storm on the road. He's hitting .315 on the road this year. Figgins came in hitting .375 on the road and just .223 at home. Rivera's the runner at first now with 1 out. An 0-1 count. Late on the fastball, 0-2.
Yeah, that had some good fade to it right there off the outside corner. Kaibar checking to see if it was a strike or not. The home plate umpire Mark Wegner.
And a popper on the right side for Zobrist. 2 outs with that runner still at first after the leadoff single. The Rays 10-game package has a nice ring to it. Buy 2 or more 10 packs and receive the replica 2008 American League Championship ring. You select the games of your choice. Just call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com to select your games and receive your replica ring. Mathis fouls one back and out of play. 1 strike to count. As we saw there, you can come out to the park. It can be an exciting evening. It can be a romantic evening. You have an opportunity to come out with your best friend or your family and enjoy time together. And before you know it, the Rays come up with a little rally. And
they're waiting, aren't they?
Yep.
Fans are waiting, expecting something. It's a good pitch.
Strike 0-2.
Good fastball in. Yeah, the fans they want to cheer about something.
Trying to stir up something right there. Trying to get Shields out of the top half of the 6th. And the Rays middle of the order is something to do in the bottom of the inning. Ooh, he didn't miss by much. It's 1-2. Rays have been out hit 7-3, and they trail 3-0. Liner in the center for Upton. BJ's got it to retire the side. Top of the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 3-0. Rays trail. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Willie's ready for a Rays rally here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They're down 3-0, and it will be Longoria, Pena, and Zobrist coming up to hit against the right-hander Jared Weaver. Have an 0 for 2, and the pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. He's grounded out and popped out. He takes it high. 2-0. Longoria starting the day, still leading the major leagues in runs batted in with 55. 1 up on Prince Fielder. And there's a 3-0 count to start the bottom of the inning.
Yeah, you like to get that pitch count for Jared Weaver up. Off to a good start this inning, 3-0, laying off some close pitches.
3-1.
83 overall, only 46 for strikes for Jared Weaver.
Wave and a miss, and we go full now.
But what he's done, especially against left-hand hitters, when he's gotten behind like he is right now, he's been very effective with his changeup.
And you know, his fastball has been just hard enough to set up that changeup.
Exactly.
And he walks Longoria. Well, that's a season high, 4 walks given up by Weaver. The Rays open the 6th with a base on ball.
And that's also a product of the Rays because they work the count. Pena has a couple of those walks, and that's important against a guy like Jared Weaver, who's really thrown about 68% of the time. He's thrown strikes this year. Sometimes he's had games where he's pounded the zone 70% of the time, which is outstanding. So they've made him work, and you know the game's still within reach. It's only a 3-run differential right here.
Well, Carlos Pena has drawn 2 walks. Rays fell behind when the Angels scored 2 unearned run in the first. There's a shot into right field, and that's going to be in there. Back into the corner. Longoria heads to third. They're going to stop him there on the 2-base hit by Carlos Pena. And the Rays are making some noise here in the bottom of the inning.
We talked about Carlos, how important he was in this series against the right-handed pitchers of the Angels to get his bat going. He had a couple of nice at-bats with walks, and now he drives a double down a right field line to set it up 2nd and 3rd, and the tying run comes to the plate. So 3 good at-bats for Carlos Pena tonight. Very important to get him going right now.
So the Rays with a threat. Men at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. Ben Zobrist will be the hitter. And a single and gone out pitcher first. And a breaking ball to start him, and there's strike 1. Strikes by Weaver. So he made a couple pretty good pitches here.
Yeah, 2 really good pitches. Curveball first pitch, and he paints the fastball. The Angels are going to get stirring down there in the bullpen now. Darren Oliver.
He's been pretty good out of their bullpen. Zobrist a check swing, and he did not go. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's getting ready right now. I don't know if he'll quite be ready for Matt Joyce, but you got Matt Joyce and Gabe Gross to follow, a couple of lefties. I don't think he'll be ready for Joyce, but certainly for Gabe Gross he would be. But Ben Zobrist has to make sure he puts it in play right here and tries to get at least one of these runs with a productive out if it becomes that. Certainly he'll take a base hit.
1-2. And a little ground ball to the right side. Kendrick up with it. Joe to first with a run scoring. Longoria crosses the plate. The Rays are on the board. Over to third goes Pena. So Zobrist picks up the run, batted in.
A very productive out. A tough pitch, too. Good pitch by Weaver. Gets in a little bit on Ben, but he's able to get around it enough to pull it to the right side. That's a great at bat. Look at him try to get around that ball and break his wrist so he can roll it over to the right side. That's a good piece of hitting. That's a productive out you're talking about right there. Get him over, get him in. And now Matt Joyce has to do the same thing. Make sure he makes contact because the Angels are giving you the run. No strikeouts here. You got to put it in play. Make this a one-run game at worst.
Matt Joyce in the batter's box, and he bounces one foul. That's a strike as the Rays try to chip away at this deficit. By the way, Todd Callis is with Andrew Friedman right now. Let's check in with him for a moment to get a little update on the draft situation.
All right, Dwayne, thanks a lot. Andrew, tell us about Levon Washington.
We're extremely excited to add him. He actually came to a workout here last week and was very impressive.
Go ahead, Dwayne.
Fly ball to center deep enough to get Pena home, and that's going to make it a one-run ball game. So Joyce drives in the run, and it's 3-2. Let's go right back to Todd.
All right, tell us more about Washington there.
Yeah, a little distracted, but we had him here at a workout last week. Him and his parents came and was extremely impressive. Our area scout, Evan Brandon, did a tremendous job of following Levon, and he was someone that was very much on the radar for us. Just an explosive athlete, very good feel for the strike zone, very advanced hitter, and we feel like he's going to move pretty quickly, and we're excited to get him in and get him playing.
Gainesville kid, went to Buchholz and also Gainesville High, then back to Buchholz. Committed to University of Florida. What's his signability like, and what position do you project him?
We're going to run him out there as a center fielder, but we'll probably experiment a little bit in the infield. He's played some infield in high school, and one thing we're confident in is that he's going to play in the middle of the diamond, whether it's a second, short, or center field, and really impact a baseball game at the top of an order.
There were some questions about his arm after surgery. What's your report on that?
It's definitely a concern. He had shoulder surgery. When we had him in here for that workout, we had our trainers take a look at him. We also did a lot of due diligence on it, and we feel comfortable with the risk. That said, continuing that rehab process and getting it 100% healthy is a big thing for us.
I know you had Fred McGriff representing you at the first-year player draft. Is there any truth to the rumor that this kid is related to Fred McGriff?
That's what I hear. When I was walking over to talk to the media, R.J. Harrison said that. He said that he had heard it the other day, and when he called Fred to make the pick, Fred said, I think I'm related to this guy.
Did that impact your decision?
It did, absolutely. A big part of the decision.
And finally, being a Florida kid, was that part of the process too? It doesn't hurt to have a local flavor?
That's exactly right. I mean, we're committed to taking the best player available, but that said, having a local kid is definitely a great benefit for his family, having a little bit of a home field advantage. Hopefully when he gets here, being able to drive and watch their son play, it's only a good thing.
I know you have to regroup for the second round. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, and apparently they did their due diligence on the McGriff connection. Well, it's an exciting day, and I'm sure Levon Washington is excited. It sounded as if Andrew Friedman was equally excited about that pick, and it's always fun when you get to add some talent to your organization.
I like the word Andrew used, explosive athlete. That says a lot right there. Speed.
Gabe Gross is at first. He had singled. The Rays up to 2 up here in the 6th inning. Navarro at the plate, down 0-2.
Navarro chased one off the outside corner there, and you got Jared Weaver on the hook right here. You got to just be a little bit more patient, but now of course you're got to protect yourself here, down 0-2 in the count.
Got him up in the mid-90s in pitch count now. Runner takes off, and the pitch is foul. So 0-2. The Rays had Gross in motion.
Yeah, that was it looked like a changeup right there again. Weaver's been very effective with his strikeout, the 2-strike changeup tonight. You say, hey, why not? Take off. Let's put them in motion here. We're going to try to bounce a breaking ball or throw a changeup in the dirt. It might be a good pitch to run on.
0-2 now. It's down, covered up by Mathis. Mathis continues to be very active behind the plate.
Well, that's why Gabe ran the last pitch, just in case it was a 2-strike breaking ball in the dirt or a changeup in the dirt. They figured, well, you know, get a chance to steal a base, and where a base hit would tie the score. So Mike Scioscia flashing out the signs of Jeff Mathis, whether it be throwing over, step off, or pitch out. I doubt you see a pitch out with Weaver ahead here. Step off. That's what that was. It's one of the three. I used to love to pick those signs from the opposing manager, and I used to put them in my book if I could get their sign, so I'd know it before the catcher would. And then I'd relay that to my first base coach, and in turn he'd tell the runner, hey, stay right here, they're pitching out.
1-2, and Navarro fouls this one. Change up.
Mike Scioscia is smart. The reason he did that is because he knows that Weaver's been effective getting everybody out from the left side, especially with the changeup or breaking balls in the dirt.
The inning opened with a walk. Pena doubled. Zobrist hit a ground ball to get a run home. Joyce with a sacrifice fly to center. Got another run home. Gross followed with a base hit. The 1-2 is low. That was 2-2.
Another changeup.
And this will be the 100th pitch. Here's Navarro has worked the count to 2-2.
And only 58% for strikes. That's way below what Jared Weaver's done all season. He's been averaging about 69% for strikes this year.
Again, a step back.
See, Mike Scioscia's thinking along with Joe Madden, saying, well, you know, Weaver's trying to get him out with off speed. He doesn't want to throw a fastball, a cookie right here, because Navarro could square that up. So he's thinking, well, maybe they'll run here. You don't really want to pitch out if you're Mike Scioscia 2-2, because Weaver's getting tired.
And a fly ball down the right side, foul, little pop fly, and out there from second goes Kendrick near the bullpen to take care of that. The Rays put 2 up, and now at the end of 6, they trail by 1, 3-2. This game heads into the 7th inning. The Rays now down by 1. Experience a Rays game from the all-inclusive Whitney Bank Club, offering extraordinary seating and luxurious lounge and dining areas. The Whitney Bank Club features an upscale full menu buffet and inclusive drink options. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or go to RaysBaseball.com for more information. We are on the American Forces Network tonight. Hope you're enjoying the telecast, watched by the U.S. military in 177 countries and on ships at sea. We salute you.
Big time we salute you, absolutely.
Kendrick shortened on the bat, took the pitch for a strike.
Well, this now becomes James Shields' most important inning. When you score 2 and get close, you got to come right back and put a 0 up there now.
Ground ball, that's going to go through the hole just to the right of Brignac. And Howie Kendrick, I'll tell you, he has struggled at times this year, but when we see him, I mean, this guy looks like a 400 hitter all the time.
Yeah, well, one of the problems with Howie Kendrick this season, that was a fastball just right into his swing, get through the hole there, is he's had trouble with breaking balls. Good on the head down on the ball right there. Great extension through the ball. He's had a lot of troubles from right-handers with sliders away. Now, he did hit the ball off the top of the wall there for the triple in his last at bat, but that's been the issue. Talking to Mickey Hatcher and some of the Angel people this year, they were really disappointed in his production this year. Obviously coming in hitting 229 because he hasn't gone the other way. This guy was a 360 career minor league hitter.
Yeah.
Using the field going the other way.
And I'll tell you, against the Rays, he's had some good games against the Rays offensively. On for the second time. There's a base hit into right field now. Figgins is aboard. Big turn by Kendrick. They're going to get him. He's out at second base. Kendrick turned the bag. And Gabe Gross caught him with a throw back to Brignac.
I think one of the reasons that Gabe Gross is also playing right tonight is because of this. And Joe Madden knows the Angels go first to third as well as anybody. And Gabe hits the cutoff man. Reed Brignac reads it, makes the dive, and tags Howie Kendrick out. That's a strong arm right there coming up firing. And just did get Howie Kendrick trying to get back. But I think that's one of the reasons he started in right field tonight. He's got the strongest arm in right. The Angels actually work on it in extra work on going first to third. I mean, Mike Socha brought his extra men out in Boston last summer, not to work on hitting, to work on base running, going first to third. Who do you see doing that?
Now a move to first, and Figgins is back in. So a big play right there by Gross. Gross cutting down Kendrick. So it's 1 on 1 out instead of nobody out, and runners at first and second for Bobby Abreu.
Yeah, you talk about a momentum switch right there.
Fly ball center field. Back goes Upton on the run. It's going to be over his head and back into the deepest part of the park. Figgins rounding third. He will score. It's a double for Abreu, and the Angels come back with a run to make it 4-2. Figgins with great speed scores easily on the double to deep center by Abreu.
Yeah, that's a huge run, getting one of those back. Now you got to try to save it and keep it at 2. Bobby just goes with it. He's adjusted right here. I mean, he struck out the last 2 times, and this time he shoots it over BJ's head. BJ even tried to barehand it, hoping for a Kevin Mitchell type grab. And with Figgins' speed, of course, he's going to score easily.
Well, Torrey Hunter's due, and Joe Madden's coming out of the dugout. That's going to be it for Shields. So the Rays are going to make a move to the bullpen. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS. Unlimit yourself. on Fox Sports Florida. Brought to you by Subway. Play hard, eat fresh. And by Aflac. We've got you under our wing. James Shields departs after 6 1/3, down 4-2. He gives up 10 hits. Grant Balfour takes over to face Torrey Hunter. Throws a fastball by him. Strike one.
And you can't forget about Bobby Abreu at second because Mike Socio has allowed him to run. And boy, Bobby got excited when he heard I could run. Here's Grant Balfour's numbers. The walks are what's really hurting him. And 17 walks and 25 2/3. We know he can strike people out, but getting behind the count is something he's had trouble with this year. Stuff, nothing wrong with the stuff.
1-1 the count. Hunter doubled in the 5th. He's 1 for 3.
I was going to say to him, Bobby's got 15 stolen bases. He hasn't been caught yet, Bobby Abreu. Ben Zobrist is paying attention to that.
Pitch is over but low. 2-1. First matchup between Hunter and Balfour. Ground ball shortstop. Brignac has it. The throw to first retires Hunter. Holding at second, Abreu. 2 outs with a man at second base in this 2-run ball game. Now it's Vladimir Guerrero.
Now you don't worry too much if Bobby wants to steal third. You want to save the run here by playing deep in the infield, and that's exactly what Brignac and Zobrist are doing. They're playing deep.
Guerrero with a big cut at the fastball. Strike one.
Ben Zobrist, Reed Brignac on the edge of the turf right there, and they should be. Getting some more range.
And a shot into right. One hop. Gross grabs it. They're going to stop the runner at third. Gross got there quickly, aggressively charging that ball. And Abreu rounded the bag, and they hold him there.
That just makes Vladdy so dangerous. He just hits everything. Throw up there. That's a great play by Gabe Gross, and that's a little bit offline, but even if they had sent Bobby Abreu, I think Navarro could have adjusted and made a tag. That's a strike as far as Gross is concerned. Too good of an arm to run on.
Now it's Juan Rivera, who is 2 for 3 with a run batted in tonight. The pitch is a strike. I'll tell you, if it hadn't been for Gross in this inning, the Angels would already have more than just 1 run.
Yeah, they'd have 3 in this inning. That would have been 1 right there, and Howie Kendrick, would have been on, and it'd be a 3-run inning.
Well, it's upstairs. It's been Gross in right field that has really kept this game and this inning within reach. The Angels have 4 hits in this inning, but 1 run. Two balls and a strike.
Well, Abreu's double over BJ's hit would have been 2 runs, and then I think they would have sent Bobby Abreu on that base hit had anybody else been out there in right field.
Fly ball right field. Gross going back, not yet to the track. He makes the catch, and that retires the side. They limit the damage to 1. 4-2, middle of the 7th. of the Rays half of the 7th inning. Rays trail by a couple. Remember now, the $250,000 Mustang Money tickets are on sale. Register your non-winning tickets now through June 11th for a second chance to win great prizes that include the 2010 Ford Mustang V6 convertible, an Ultimate Florida Baseball Weekend getaway, or $100 gas cards. Visit FLALottery.com. Rays will be facing a left-hander as Darren Oliver takes over. He has pitched well.
And he's thrown strikes. They have hit him in the league at 300, but he does throw strikes.
Joe Dillon pinch hits for the Rays to open the inning and takes a look at a strike. Dillon hitting for Brignac. One and one. So Weaver worked 6 innings. Gave up a couple runs. 5 hits. Hits Dillon. Dillon hit by the pitch. And the Rays put the leadoff man on the hard way here in the bottom of the 7th.
Mike Scioscia trying to get a swing out of that, and Joe Dillon checked it either way. It definitely hit him, and he did not swing it back. That's the right call by the umpires.
Got him on the right wrist.
The bullpen for the Angels has been the big struggle. Their ERA as a team bullpen is 5.87. That is dead last in Major League Baseball.
Well, here's BJ taking a pitch high. Well, they miss Scott Shields.
No Frankie Rodriguez anymore. Brian Fuentes, they signed from the Colorado Rockies, free agent.
High fly ball back into center field. Hunter's going to have room as he makes the catch and gets his momentum toward the infield. Dillon stays put at first.
He didn't miss that by much. He had that good extra base swing on it and gave it a good ride, but just missed it.
Well, it's Carl Crawford. Carl fouls one. Out of play. Crawford against the left-hander Oliver. He's 1 of 1 lifetime. Longoria is on deck. Carl reaching for the pitch, and now he's down 0-2. Evan does have a home run off Oliver. One and two.
Well, and Evans going to face Oliver too, because the Angels have nobody up, and Oliver's in this for the whole time because Carlos Pena, the lefty's hitting behind Evan Longoria, and that's Mike Scioscia's thinking here in the 7th.
Crawford, a little bounding ball foul. Carl's been very good this year about getting down in the count and extending his at-bats. Seems that about half of his hits have come with 2 strikes this year.
They have. He's really worked the count well and fought off some tough breaking balls in this situation like he's in right now, 1 and 2.
Oh, and he's hit by that pitch. So Oliver hits Crawford. That pushes Dillon down to second base.
Well, this is why it was important to get Weaver out of the game. Mike Scioscia's been facing this all season. Oliver's been pretty good, but they were trying to go fastball in to maybe get a chase on a swing right there, or to set up the breaking ball in the next pitch. So now the bullpen's up. And Mike Butcher will go out to try to give the bullpen some time as Bulger gets up in a hurry.
So the Angels will talk it over and take a little time on the mound. We'll remind you, fans, team up with the St. Petersburg Times, the local newspaper, with one of the top 10 sports sections in the country. Subscribe by calling 877 The Times or visiting TampaBay.com. Rays fell behind 2-0, 3-0, made it 3-2. Then the Angels scored a run in the top of the inning to make it 4-2. Now the Rays, with a couple of men on and one out in the bottom of the seventh, trying to get something back here against Darren Oliver.
He had a big walk to lead off the sixth inning, and I feel like Evans getting some timing back the last couple of at-bats, even though he popped out in the fourth on a curve. I feel like he saw a lot of pitches at last at-bat and waited back pretty well.
Pitch down. Another nice play by Mathis. 1-0. Mathis has been very active all night behind the plate. He's been good.
That's no less than 8 or 9 times that he's had to shift and block balls, keep them in front.
And this one will bounce away, and the runners will advance. So the Rays get a break there. This threat, 2 hit batters and a wild pitch now.
He shifts to the left correctly. Watch him go down with the left knee first. It hits off the edge of the glove. And Karam's passes right side of his chest protector.
Now they're going to walk Longoria. They'll go ahead and walk him intentionally to load the bases.
Well, that's the right move by Mike Scioscia. And here's where Carlos Pena, we've talked about in the pregame show. It's the situation you want him in to break out of it. Now, he's already got a big double in his last at-bat.
And he is 2 for 4 lifetime against Oliver.
And, you know, he can hit lefties. He sits on pitches well until he gets 2 strikes, especially. And he just has to make sure Darren's been a little bit wilder that he doesn't expand his own zone right here. And he just locks in on a pitch and shortens his swing.
So Carlos with 2 walks and a double tonight, and a run scored. Bases loaded, 1 out. And the pitch is a strike.
That's a pretty good pitch by Oliver right there. Here's his last at bat against Weaver. Gets one out over the plate and just locks in on it, head down right through the ball, shoots it in the right field corner for a double. Now, that was a good take right there because that was a tough pitch. That was paint on the outside corner. Well, there's nothing wrong with that take.
Angels have the shift on. 0-2.
That's the one I like to see him just shorten up and even shoot that to left center and not try to pull that. He pulled off of that one.
Strikes the count to Pena.
I think they'll try to go out even further. I don't think they'll come up and in here.
And it's close. He did not offer.
That was by accident. That came up and in. But
strikes.
Mathis was sitting up way away. And now, of course, they've set it up a situation where he throws that breaking ball in the dirt.
2. And a shot caught by Morales at first. They're going to get the double play on the line drive. And that ends the threat. Longoria doubled off first on the line drive. Hit by Pena. Morales grabbed it, turned it into 2. Still 4-2 LA. the Rays threatened, but that line drive turned into a double play. They circle the bases with Alltel Wireless. There's a circle for everyone. Call 5, 10, or 20 free numbers on any network with My Circle, exclusively from Alltel. Pena hit it hard, but unfortunately Morales was there to grab it and turn it in to an inning-ending double play.
Yeah, that was a bullet on the breaking ball. That was a good at-bat by Carlos. He squared it up. So he's had 4 good at-bats tonight, and that's a really good sign for the rest of this series and the homestand.
Randy Choate is the new pitcher, the third of the night for the Rays. He faces Morales to open the 8th, and the pitch is in there for a strike.
Morales is hitting 190 as a right-handed hitter. As you look at Randy Choate's numbers, 2.45 earned run average in the 6 games he's been in. 0.77 batting average against.
This pitch is inside. It's 1-1. Rays have Ben Zobrist now at shortstop, moving over from second. Joe Dillon at second. Choate on the hill. Bouncer foul. 1-2. So Choate trying to hold the Angels here in the 8th and give the Rays another shot. They had loaded the bases in the bottom of the 7th. Wide. 2-2. Morales, Ibar, and Mathis due up. Foul ball. Holding the count at 2-2. A big cut. He's out of there.
Morales continues to struggle from the right side, hitting 190. The sink on that one right there, and he swings over the top of it. And once again effective, and you got Ibar, who's hitting a little bit less from the right side, 275 versus 287 from the left side.
He is 1 for 3 tonight. Single in the 2nd against Shields. Pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. It's 1-1. Choate, 33 years old. Ridgely got to the big leagues in 2000 with the Yankees. Spent some time with Arizona. And now the Rays. It's 2-1. Let it fly, didn't he?
He was, in case he made contact, he was looking for a long one. Of course, he doesn't hit home runs. He's got 1. Take a big swing in case I square one up.
2-2. Taps it foul. Rays have been out hit tonight, 11-5. Shields worked 6 1/3, charged with 4 runs, 2 of which were earned. He didn't walk anybody and struck out 3. Made 93 pitches. Gave way to Balfour, who inherited a man, and he did not score. Ground ball back to the hill. Choate with a toss to first. That takes care of Ibar. So 2 outs. Time for the stay in the game hold of the day, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. We look back at last year. Scott Shields of the Angels, who's sidelined now, led all relievers with 31 holds. Dan Wheeler had 26. Second in the American League, just as these middle relievers keep their teams in the game. You too can stay in the game with Just for Men Hair Color. Jeff Mathis. Pitch is wide. 1-0.
With those 31 holes that Scott Shields had, that helped Frankie Rodriguez get his 62 saves in a 3-year contract with the New York Mets.
And a popper right side. Pena into foul territory after it, making the catch, and that retires the side. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 4-2. Zobrist, Joyce, and Gross do. Fox Sports Florida, brought to you by Tobacco Free Florida. Tobacco Free Florida wants you to be tobacco free. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com for more information. By Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. And by Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Jason Bolger will be the new pitcher with the Rays down 4-2, and Ben Zobrist leads it off against the right-hander. There's a shot high, deep to right, and gone! Home run for Ben Zobrist on the first pitch here in the bottom of the 8th. And again, it's a one-run ball game as Ben Zobrist connects for the 12th time this year.
There's our right-in all-star man right there, Ben Zobrist, we've been talking about all season long. Now getting a chance to play every day, and once again, he does. He gets a fastball, a high fastball, up and out over the plate, and jumped all over it.
Now here's Matt Joyce. He takes a cut at that fastball, strike 1. Bolger in the mid-90s with that fastball. But boy, Zobrist jumped on one. And that's a strike 0-2.
Good tilt on that slider right there, 81 miles an hour. That's a tough pitch.
Evans says that's strike 3. First out in the 8th.
Yeah, back-to-back sliders right here. And he did. He went. Broke the wrist right there. Barrel of the back came just in front of the plate.
Now it's Gabe Gross. Down and in to Gabe. A ball and no strikes. See the numbers on Bulger for the year. He was originally drafted by the Diamondbacks in 01 out of Valdosta State. Makes his home in Atlanta. 2-0.
Gabe would like to square one up and sit on one good fastball. Gear it up for 95. Do the same thing Ben Zobrist did.
It's a 3-ball, no strike count. J.P. Howell is now up in the Rays bullpen. Ben Zobrist has made it a 1-run game. Gross takes a strike, 3-1.
I think you got to look fastball again. If it's anything else, just spit on it.
He fouls it back. He got the fastball, and it's 3-2.
Mathis has shown that he likes to call breaking balls behind the count and changeups. Saw some good sliders from Bulger. Might see one here, but I think still as a hitter you got to look fastball and try to adjust. As hard as Bulger throws.
3-2, and a shot foul up the right side. Threw him a 3-2 slider.
Yeah, he sure did. Well, Mathis has shown patterns. That's why I say that. You got to lock that in now. And remember this for tomorrow if Mathis catches. I think earlier in the game, that's why Butcher went out there to talk to Jared Weaver. Said, hey, you're in too many patterns here. And they came back and threw 4 fastballs to Gross and struck him out. That was back in the 4th inning. Here's a fastball away, slider. It's coming back with a slider.
3-2 again, and he got him. He strikes him out with it. So 2 strikeouts following the home run by Zobrist, and both those strikeouts coming on the slider. Live from Amway Arena, Sun Sports brings you post-game coverage of the NBA Finals. Join the team that's been with the Magic all season. David Steele, Matt Gukas, and Paul Kennedy provide you with live player interviews, post-game press conferences, and in-depth analysis. Lakers versus Magic showdown presented by StopRepairBills.com. Tonight on Sun Sports, immediately following Game 3. 1-0 the count to Deoner Navarro. Navarro 0 for 3. Up in the count. Fastball misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Foul right back into the top of the screen.
Yeah, Bulger getting it up there. He put a little extra on that 2-0 fastball, 97 miles an hour.
Bellinger, a 30-year-old right-hander. The 2-1. Navarro takes it wide. Now 3 balls and a strike.
And you still got to look fastball here. I think he'll throw Navi a fastball. Nobody wants to put him on.
The 3-1 pitch. And a bouncing ball headed toward the middle. Backhanded by Kendrick. Throw to first in time, and that retires the side. Rays get a run in the 8th on the leadoff home run by Ben Zobrist. We're through 8, 4-3 Los Angeles.
(4-3) as we head to the 9th. Don't forget, coming up on our Rays Live post-game show, we will hear from Joe Madden. We will get you ready for tomorrow's game as Jeff Neiman tries to duplicate his finest start career. And, guys, we'll have more on Levon Washington. He just talked to the media a moment ago. The first-round pick for the Rays says, I'm ready to sign right now. I'll be a Ray. I'll sign as soon as they want me to. More on him after the game. Back to you.
Well, here is J.P. Howell starting the 9th. And picking up a strike to Howie Kendrick. J.P. pitcher number 4 for the Rays.
Look at that 198 batting average against. Outstanding.
And a bunt, third base side foul. 0-2. Shields, Balfour, Choate, and now J.P. Howell. J.P., 26 years old. One and two. The defensive stand the Rays put up in the 7th really has kept them in this ball game. Right now down by 1. The Angels did score that 1 run, and that's the difference. But boy, it could have been a lot more.
Yeah, it could be a 6-3 game. That was definitely 3 runs. There were definitely 3 runs saved in that inning by the throws by Gabe Gross right there, getting Howie Kendrick around second base and picking him off. And body of Brave on second on a base hit by. Who was that that got the base hit to right field?
A swing and a miss, and Guerrero will have to go down to first.
Yeah, Guerrero got the base hit. Gabe saved a run on a strike to home plate.
Well, we'll take a look at the Verizon Wireless play of the game so far.
There's a shot to second base, and Greenrack reads it and knows that Howie Kendrick rounded second hard and was able to go back and tag him. That saved a potential run right there. Instead of first and second, nobody out. He had a runner at first and 1 out.
That was the first out of the inning, and that was your Verizon Wireless play of the game. Now the pitch to Figgins is low. 1 ball, no strikes. Sean Figgins has scored 2 of the 4 runs for the Angels. That's a strike, 1-1. Drove in a run with a fly ball to right in the 5th. A strike. Rays in the bottom of the 9th going to have Dillon, Upton, and Crawford. At the moment they're down by a run, 4-3. Powell trying to keep it that way. Pretty close. 2-2. It's a very close pitch to take.
Yeah, Mark Wegner's been pretty consistent all night. He's had a pretty good strike, so that's a strike right there.
Oh my goodness.
That's just right on the inside corner, crosses the knees. Sean Figgins is not a tall man. That's a good pitch.
And a little base hit up the middle into center field. Well, that's hit number 12 for the Angels. Sign up at Kane's Furniture for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. Rays pitchers come up with 10 strikeouts in a home game. Log on to CaneStrikeout.com. Print a voucher that can be redeemed at Cane's for a free Papa John's pizza. Get to Cane's today. Now the runner at first, Figgins singles after taking that very close pitch for ball 2. He singles on the 2-2 pitch. He's on for the 3rd time with his 2nd hit. Jim Hickey spending some time on the mound before JP pitches to Abreu. The Rays have Dan Wheeler back up in the bullpen.
Yeah, that's a bad miss by Mark Wegner. I mean, that's really gave Figgins another shot. He gets a base hit. Now it changes the whole complexion of the inning because you got a base stealer at first and Bobby Abreu working the count. You got a hole open on the right side in a 1-run game. That's too bad, but it is what it is. Especially when a guy's been so consistent, you want to give him props behind the plate, and he misses a pitch like that.
The pitch to Abreu inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Abreu doubled in a run in the 7th. That's the difference in the game right now. He is 2 for 4. Singled and scored in the 1st. It's fouled back. 1-1. Abreu at .298 for the year now.
Yeah, the Angels are very, very happy with Bobby Abreu and what he's done for them in that 2 spot. Batting average, high on base percentage, stealing bases.
Figgins back in. Figgins 21 of 26 in the running department. Strike on the inside part of the plate. Now Hal may have got the big call right there.
Yeah, that was a I don't know, it was a give it back to you, but it wasn't a pitch that Mark's been calling all night. So I won't say that exactly evens it up because Figgins is still on first base, but it probably was a ball.
There goes Figgins, and they have him picked off. Payne gets through. He is out at second base. Zobrist put the tag on him. That's a caught stealing. 1-3-6 right there. So Figgins caught off first. Out number 2.
Well, now I can say it's even up. And you got a good throwing first baseman in Paney to get rid of the ball and get the ball down there just ahead of Sean Figgins. And again, those pop-up slides, those umpires, I've talked to many umpires about that. They say that makes it so easy for us to make that call. Because even if they're not out, they look like they're out.
Down and in to Abreu.
You slide straight through the bag and stay down, you make it much tougher for the umpire to make that kind of call. Because when you're popping up, you're actually slowing down before you're doing it.
2-2 and a fly ball into left. Crawford's there to catch it, and that retires the side. So the Rays are down by a run. It will be Joe Dillon, B.J. Upton, and Carl Crawford due up. Lead the Rays as the Rays come into hit in the bottom of the 9th inning. It was 1 year and 1 month ago today that Evan Longoria hit a 2-run homer to left. He had a 1-1 pitch off Justin Spire and gave the Rays the walk-off victory over this same Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim club. Well, they have worked their way back to within a run here as they come into hit in the bottom of the 9th inning. Joe Dillon, B.J. Upton, and Carl Crawford due up. Any deeper, it would be Evan Longoria here in the bottom of the 9th against Brian Fuentes, who is the closer for the Angels.
15 of 18 in opportunities. The ERA is high, though, pushing 5. It's doable.
Dillon takes the first pitch, and it's a strike.
Brian make it interesting in the National League West often, put it that way. And this year, too, for the Angels. Hasn't been exactly lights out.
Dillon takes it down. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels signed him to a 2-year deal last December. 15 of 18 in the save department. Ball 2, 2-1.
A very unique release and delivery. It's almost like he's pushing the ball from a high 3/4 delivery. Kind of sneaky fast, tough to pick up.
And there's ball 3. So Dillon works the count to get ahead. 3-1.
Well, you got to just zone him out right here. Be very patient right here. Brian can walk you.
And he gives up the walk. Fuentes walks Dillon. The Rays have a man at first with nobody out, and B.J. Upton coming to the plate.
I doubt you'll see B.J. bunting. I think Joe Madden's going for the win right here. B.J.'s been swinging the bat pretty well. He just missed one his last time up, almost to center field. I think he could take a shot on hitting it out.
And he takes the high fastball. No signs of bunting there. This is the first time B.J. has faced Fuentes.
I mean, he's tougher on lefties anyway with that delivery he has. So I think, B.J.'s the guy. You got to go for it. Go for the win.
1-0 pitch up again. 2-0. Mathis will pay him a visit. So will Mike Butcher, the pitching coach. Yeah, I think when you look at lifetime against left-handed hitters, he's in the low 200s against them, and it is tough on him. The Rays got the leadoff walk, and Upton now ahead in the count 2-0.
I mean, this is why Brian Fuentes lost his closing job a couple of years ago with the Rockies to Manny Corpus. And then Manny ended up losing it back a couple of years ago to Brian Fuentes and the Angels. I mean, the Cardinals wanted to sign Brian, but he wanted to go back to California, so the Angels signed him. But he has, like I said, he's been very scattered this year.
The 2-0. Upton takes a strike, a fastball.
All right. Just got to forget about that one. I mean, that was a little help right there after a talk. I mean, it doesn't have to be a strike, and I understand where BJ's talking about. The guy's all over the place.
All you, BJ, all you.
Yeah, you just let that roll over your shoulders.
He's going to serve one
just
up.
Square one up right here.
Here it goes.
Fastball.
2-1 to count. Here it is. That's wide. 3 balls and a strike.
Same thing now. Looking fastball. If he throws a breaking ball, so be it. Squaring up one fastball in your area where you can drive it.
Dillon at first. 3-1 to Upton. And he takes it for strike 2. So the count goes full to B.J.
BJ's doing the right thing here. He didn't like that call either, and I understand that. Just take your time and make sure you're totally focused on this release point right here.
Full count to Upton. Fuentes to the plate. Upton pops it up foul. That's going to carry out a play. Another fastball from Fuentes. Fuentes with Colorado last year was 1-5 with 30 saves. Now the 3-2 again. Upton swings, and it's a fly ball to center. Torrey Hunter's there, makes the catch. And that's the first out here in the ninth. So Fuentes gets Upton. Upton has words here with Mark Wegner, and now Wegner has thrown him out. Upton didn't like 2 of those calls and said something from afar, and Wegner has ejected Upton. And now Joe Madden tries to get in between Upton on his way to Wegner. So BJ has been ejected.
Well, maybe it's the difference possibly in the game. A first and second, nobody out with Crawford up here because a couple of those balls were very marginable, especially when the guy's all over the place. And I understand what BJ's coming from, but Joe Madden did the right thing, as you don't want any contact there or suspension.
Well, here's Crawford. Carl fouls it, goes after the first fastball, fouls it out of play. So Upton has been ejected, and the Rays try to figure out how they can get to Fuentes with a man at first and 1 out. Ground ball, second base. Kendrick to Ibar, one over to first. Out there, the call, and this game is over on the double play. And boy, they had to get it there in a hurry as Crawford grounds into two. Close at first.
You never expect that, would you?
Nope, you certainly wouldn't.
That was a great turn at short, though.
All over.
Dylan went after him, but that's a quick turn by Ibar.
So it's all over. 2 hours and 59 minutes, and it's a 4-3 final as the Angels take the first game of